Hey everybody, welcome back to another Endless Custom video. Today I'm going to be showcasing my 1/12 Mezco style from the movie Predator Billy. This figure is actually from the same base body as the Blank Zero body from 5K Toys. I recommend everybody to get this body just because it's my favorite buck body that I use for customs. So I just wanted to showcase off Billy. So I actually have two versions of him. It's not like anything like too big, but I still want to get the coat for underneath, or like the jacket, because he wears the jacket, the long sleeve, and then he also wears this like coat or whatever. But it's very hard to find like army or military like gear, so I had a hard time finding these. I was afraid that they wouldn't fit. They're a little snug. I got them from GPS Lot on eBay. Check them out. They have tons and tons of stuff. They're very good quality. But these are for like a smaller body, like maybe the Noda figures, or even some of the skinnier figures, but you know, it worked out on this body. So it is a little tight, you know, he can't do the splits. He can kick up still pretty good, and then he has the double jointed knees, but I have his pants tucked into his boots like this, you see. Now if I were to remove it, it wouldn't reach that far. Like it would reach like right about here, and then his foot would be down here. So that's kind of how I got away with it. And then for full transparency, like I don't have this completely like velcroed on there, just so that he can have some more mobility. So I will say that this is an actual head sculpt from Etsy. There's a guy that does all the Predator heads, so check him out. I really like this head sculpt. I had a hard time painting it, just because flesh tone is by far one of the hardest things to do. And then I kind of wanted to make it look not so like done for his paint. So you can see he has like a little bit of green on his nose and around above his, like right above his cheek, and then he has some green like on his eyes. It's hard to see. I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's hard to see. It's hard to see, but anyways, I do have like some green highlighting on there, like it kind of washed off. So this is the other Billy head that I have. So let me just put it on there. I should have started with this one, but oh well. So this is the other head that I have. I really like the hat. Now the hat that he uses is a different green in the movie. It's hard to see, but I had to find a different green for this. Just because in the movie it's like either wet or like it's out of like in the shade, so like it was a different color, like darker. So I kind of shaded it here, and then I did the lighter greens and did all those patterns. So it is different, but I kind of try to do it as accurate as I can for the movie. The same thing with the paint here. That's why I did it differently. Throughout the movie the paint comes off, so it's not as prominent as it was in the beginning. So that's why I have it like this, because I have the two looks, you get what I mean. So, and then also I want to notate that for this one, this is the other look that I was talking about too, as far as like the version of Billy when he's facing down the Predator. Let me just show you guys real quick. So this is the look for when he's waiting for the Predator to fight him on the log. So this is the other look that I have for him. So again, I don't have it completely velcroed, but if I were to take this photo, I would put it all the way up and then tuck it up all the way so that you could see it like that. You get what I mean? So It's just the way that you want to like pose, I guess. But this is the other version, and I think it came out great. Like, this body is awesome. It's not too small, it's not too big. I think it's just perfect. But this is the other version of Billy that I have for him. So let me just measure him out. I didn't even measure out Dylan. So he's right about 6.5. Dylan is probably about 6.5 too, if he's standing up all the way. So they're all within that 6-inch to 7-inch range that I'm looking for. So you know, that's kind of how I want them to be overall, because if I were to blend them in for like this, you get what I mean? Like, well, this is a small body, but let me see, like Havoc is a good size, so you can see here it'll work. You know, they're not like extremely tall like the McFarlane figures, where they're like gigantic 7-inch figures. But like, if for a bigger figure, it would be like, okay, yeah, I do want the height difference, you know, like a human versus the Red Hulk, you know what I mean? Or a human with the Green Hulk, you know. So that's the look I'm looking for, you know, like the height. So I really like the way that they came out. So I do like the head sculpt. I have to figure out how am I gonna sit it a little bit lower. But I did do the hot glue gun trick to make the pegs, but I have to probably trim this out right here so that the head sits a little lower on the neck. But I think it looks fine for now, but I do want that neck to sit a little, or the head to sit a little bit lower. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think of my Billy. The last one I have is Dutch, and I mean, I wouldn't necessarily, I'll just bring him out, honestly, because I don't think I'm gonna need to do a full review on him, just because it's on the same bodies and I can show you the same suits. So I still haven't finished Dutch, just because his costume is different. So this is the Dutch that I have. So I use the original NECA head and the NECA hands, just because those gloves are very hard to find on characters. So I wanted the fingerless gloves, so I really wanted that. So I decided just to keep those. And this figure does have, like, you know, the plain hands like Billy, but I wanted that glove look for Dutch. And this is the same boots. I tucked them in the same pants. I tucked them in differently from these boots. You can see that they're different. And then this shirt I got off from GPS Lot 2, so it looks fine for the most part. I think it works. Like, you know, if I were to have it like back here or something, like, you know, it would work. But Dutch has a vest that I need to find. I was gonna use the original NECA one, but I was like, no, it's too plastic, you know. So I didn't keep that one, the vest, for him. But it's hard to find pieces for like clothing for these figures. So that's eventually down the line, I'm gonna probably make them myself, but I have not gotten there as far as my skills of like sewing or anything like that. So that's why I've held off on these figures, because I still haven't been able to complete them the way that I want to, you know, with all their gear and everything like that. So that's why I stopped on Blaine, and I stopped on Poncho and all them. So I do have the head sculpts, but they're not painted or anything like that. So check out the guys in Etsy. Just type in 1/12 scale, and then a bunch of stuff will come out on Etsy. So that's kind of how I came across these, because I was just looking at different things that I can custom, and then I came across those and I had to get them. So they're pretty cheap, like compared to like other people sell their head sculpts for like $30 or $40 each without paint sometimes, and with paint it's like $60. So it's insane. So these heads were like probably like $5 a piece or something like that. So I think it works out great for the, you know, for my custom purposes, especially since they don't have these figures at all. Like, none of the movie figures were made. It was just Hawkins and Dutch. That was it. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think of my custom Predator figures. I still want to finish them all. 5K Toys has the Tears of the Sun figures coming out, so they do have all these like camo patterns. But the thing is that that's a different era, so they're probably like 10 years ahead versus this is 10 years behind. But it still looks like it's the jungle camo. So I pre-ordered all the two. They have Lake, and they have what's his name, Bruce Willis. So they have those two out right now. I'm hoping if they do well, they'll continue the line, which would be amazing because each one of them has their own set of gear and the different patterns. So look 5K Toys. If you guys have not checked out 5K Toys, please check them out because they're the greatest. I stopped buying toys from Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, just because 5K Toys is coming out with some crazy figures. Like they have the diabolical figures for the SH Figure Arts for the Dragon Ball Z's, if you guys like that. They have like a lot of anime stuff. They have like one-offs, like weird I don't know, like weird animals. Like they have these giant frogs, and they have like the dinosaurs right now, but I don't know the scales on those, so I haven't bought one of those yet, but I want to see someone put a review, but nobody does. So that's kind of why I started doing this. I started with some of the 5K stuff that I did, as far as like the battery replacement and all these things, and then I just kind of started doing it because of all you guys' support, which we're at 112, I believe, followers, which is awesome. I really appreciate the support on that, but let's keep going. 200 is my goal, and then I want to get more interactive. The new Destined Rivals is coming out for Pokemon, so I might do like a live video of me ripping the packs if anybody's interested, hopefully this weekend. And I am still going to be showcasing my DCs. I don't know if I should just bust out my what is it, the Forever Evil, oh man, I'm blanking, the Forever Evil Crime Syndicates, just so, because I'm really proud on how those figures came out. It took a long time for me to figure them out. I'm still debating on whether Ultraman is going to be my definitive one, but there's a 5K body from the actual Return of the Dark Knight Superman that's on there. He is massive. He's like in the comics, so it's like a comic version. Oh, and that's a perfect example of what I'm doing. It's a comic version, but it's brought to life. So check them out. It's the Ultraman. He's like super husky, like big. But that's from the Return of the Dark Knight, but it's made from a comic book version of it, but in real life. So he has like real like a real life face and all these things. So check them out. That's kind of the customs that I'm doing, where I'm bringing these comic book figures into the modern age, as far as how would they look if someone were to just become, hey, I'm Batman, or hey, I'm Superman. The same thing with Raiden and all my Mortal Kombat figures. It's like, in our times, like someone would wear something like this. You get what I mean? Like the armor and stuff like that Reptile does, and someone would wear like a gi and these ones, the like one suits and stuff like that. These armors, this type of wrappings, like that would be of their time in our time. You get what I mean? So it's like that's kind of what I'm doing with the realism of this. Like that's why I didn't go with the purple pants for Jax. But I am having to switch some of my, or update some of my figures, like this lizard, which I'll probably start posting. This lizard where it's super, like I didn't make this comic, I mean I didn't make this modern. Like this is like comic accurate pants, you get what I mean? So I might just give him like regular pants and then just take it from there. But that's kind of what I mean. I want to bring these characters, like if he's not gonna wear bright purple pants, so I want to be able to bring those characters into the modern age, you get what I mean? Oh, like Hulk, for example, like these shorts, he would wear these purple shorts, like they don't look so bright like this, you get what I mean? So that's kind of the look that I'm doing for my figures. So anyways, super side note, I do apologize for that, but back to these guys. Let me know if you guys like these custom Predator figures. I'm really excited for the new Hulu the Killers of Killers show, and then the new movie looks awesome. So I'm hoping they bring out more Predator figures, because you know I have a collection of those too, which I'll probably do reviews eventually of my favorite ones and stuff like that. So just let me know what you guys think of these figures, and I really appreciate the support. Please comment, like, subscribe, follow on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at endless_customs. So thank you again, guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. And as always, keep it original.